let's not waste any time. Let's just start making a beat. Recently, I've been into Analog Lab, so I'm gonna open that. There is a lot of really cool synths on there, a lot of really old analog synths that sound unique in the landscape of all the beats that are happening now. When I'm starting to make a beat, I usually don't go for a commercial route. I am inclined to make what I feel like, and it usually is something electro and synthetic, but I don't restrict myself in the sense that I'm going to make a King Von beat, or I'm going to make a Lil Baby or Cardi or Distro Lonely and such, or underground rappers like Pretty Fun and all that stuff. So I'm going to start playing a melody and we'll see where it takes us. To start making a melody, I'm going to pick a synth, and lately I have had Prophet on my mind, Prophet VS. It has 4 oscillators, it's quite a good synth. 4 interesting old school sounds that you can manipulate quite easily to, you just press edit preset. And you can do quite a lot with these things. So when I start making beats, I usually either end up making something ambient, something abstract that is carried by the drums, or I make something melodic. Now I'm feeling more so in the ambient, like Distro Lonely's If Fools Could Kill album, especially like noteworthy beats like Worth It and Promo. Those are amazing job by Clayco. Clayco carried the whole album, the production is insane. No words can describe how I felt about that album. So I like this sound, just something about it, it seemed unique enough for me to get a grasp on it. And I'm gonna throw in an OTT, get rid of all the lows because it's a bit too much. The highs are a bit too much as well, but we do bring out a little bit of that middle. And I'm not the biggest fan of the noise, so we'll just have it quiet and like this. Perhaps we can throw in a portal a bit later on it, but for now we'll focus on this. Open a Prophet. I do leave a little bit of that human feel by not quantizing them exactly to the grid. Yeah, I kind of like it. Let's see where it takes us as well. Now I'm looking for something that is going to be a pad. With the pad I want to create some backbone to the beat, because obviously having, building a beat on top of some solid foundation is a good way to get a feel for what you're doing. And I do try to throw my instruments on the mixer as I go to start mixing the beat and getting a feel for how it's going to sound in the end. I definitely want to make this string sound like a guitar, more in the background, more abstract. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do it with. There is Portal, I can throw in fragments, but I'm thinking Portal because I haven't been using Portal as much lately, personally. And I do still try to figure out what's the best case scenario for Portal. And there's so many banks that are just straight out shit. like all of these banks that I downloaded, there's rarely any really good effects that, perhaps not good is not the right word, but the ones that will fit, you know. They're very situational. The person who is making those presets, they're just practicing on this one particular sound, this one pattern, and you just, you know, it may not fit, that's all. But yeah, we're getting something now. Now I feel like this can go in the background, and we can use fragments to also smoothen it out. Yeah. Just default ocean sweep preset on fragments. This is going good. Now we're gonna throw in a snare to get a feel for the... When using this EQ, you have to be careful because like it doesn't seem like I've added a lot here, but in reality it's 7.3 decibels, which is quite a lot. So it can cause spikes and resonances in the future, so I do like using them. Yeah, I kind of like this. I usually wouldn't go for such a reverbed sound, but it might work in this case, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I know it's an open hat, but we do need to kind of, yeah, quieten it down a little bit. That's a bit better. I usually do put the 808 in the end just because it's the most satisfying part to lay down. I do like to play around with the groove and keep on adding snares. Sometimes I go overboard. What makes a drum pattern groovy as well is the jumps in energy. So we're going, hi-hats is like the medium energy, open hat is the highest energy, which is the question in a conversation, and the snare, which is the resolution to the conversation, to the question. You know, if we imagine music as a conversation, people asking questions, people answering questions, and tension builds up when you ask the question, and there is the climax, the resolution, not the climax, when everything is resolved. And then it answers the question. And I feel like this is good enough to lay down the bass now. This is like one of the basses that will work probably, but I don't want to do it yet. I'm going to do like a more subtle one, like a sub bass. I do like to experiment a little bit. Sometimes I do experiment a lot, but when I do try to come out with a 100% beat that I will like, I do try to experiment less and focus on what I know will work. So this is a little bit of an experimental, a little bit of syncopation, but it works in this case because the bass is not as pronounced. And then we're going to place the kick here, but this will give it another that is going to give it that extra human groove. And also don't forget to add a little bit of swing, a little bit more shift to your hi-hats. Now we're going to cut a little bit from the bass, from the kick I mean. I can experiment a little bit here and go like crazy. I don't mind it. We'll put it in mono, so it's hitting us right in the middle. And now we're going to try doing this bass here. so much less bassy than the other one. Added a little bit more, and 3, 2, 1. And this will be the part that will go faster. I don't know about this part, let's hear it again. Yeah, that's it, okay. A little bit too much. We'll cut them, so there is no problem. Yeah, this one is definitely like much quieter, and we do need to give it a little bit more sound. Give it a little bit of extra that sound. This is too much. This is better. And ideally it should not distract the rapper, the person who's going to be rapping on the beat, since it's just going to be overshadowed by the words, by the lyrics. I do feel that there is more places we can put some snares in to give it a little more groove. Yeah, as I want, so I'm sure, why not? But like really low key. And we don't want it. Very subtle formation of a groove. And now it's pretty much ready. I can just do arranging. And that's how I do it. I just mute everything else and hear how it sounds. Yeah, I feel like this is like the main melody type thing. So we're gonna have this. We'll turn on all the sounds here. Or maybe even I still feel it's like not enough. And we're gonna turn this on as well. And now we have this. It's gonna go on for 4th. This is gonna be the chorus. Another verse is not gonna have this, but it will have more groove and bounce. Take these out. Fuck. Actually, yeah, that sounded good. I like the melody, but the bass switch up. So now we're gonna switch to the bass. I'm gonna have this playing 4 times as well. I would actually just limit this to this and see how this will go. I don't think this was enough though. Do this. See how it sounds. Because we are creating a soundscape with this. That's the purpose of these manipulations. I think that was it. don't think we heard any of this. Is this it though? I don't understand where the shimming is coming from. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, I guess it's just like nothing almost really. So that's a shame, but I feel like that's plenty. I want to hear it without the kick, because we just have the kick here. I usually, you know, quieten the drums quite a bit. Sometimes it does get too much, but this is pretty well done. Now I'm going to replace all of this with this. I like this better. And this is also to show you that you don't have to get everything straight right from the beginning. As you continue arranging, you will change things up, you will go back and forth. So as long, you know, the biggest rule in beat making is just be there, be present, show up to beat making, and you will grow. That is often the most difficult part, to continue working when you get receiving zero, when you're not getting anything. That's when it's the hardest to work. But if you are enjoying it, and if you found your passion, be it anything else, not even beat making, even if you don't like beat making, you just found this, you know, you recommend it for some reason, just show up. That's the most important thing. So that's the hypnotic quality that I was really looking forward to in making a type beat that will sound like Clayco's beats, like Promo, as I said, worth it. Great beats, really fucking good beats. Okay, let's continue. This is a small bridge that I had here. The beat is already 2 minutes, so we can probably end it on just a 8 bar, I mean. Actually, like even without this, oh well, yeah, I'm not really focusing on this as much as I should be, as I would have if I wasn't recording, but I do feel like the drums should switch up a bit. And you know, you can always continue and go over the flow, over the top with the beat, or I could, you know, finish this beat even more so than it is now. But I feel like I am at this point in time striving to understand how I want to make melodies more than how I want to manipulate the drums. So that's why I keep the drums very simple in this. And you know, there is a lot of emphasis on the melody. So that's another question that when I was a beginning producer, what I had was, how do you know if you focus more on this, or should everything be on par? All those questions. And as I will be making more tutorials, I will be going more in depth into those things. And now I do feel that this is, you know, if you've done a fair amount of research into beat making, you will understand how and what to focus on. Like for example, you know, and what gives it the hypnotic feel really is just this lead. So analog lab as well a little bit with the Eternity preset, but we can probably, you know, make this a little bit higher to give it more high end, to give it more cold atmosphere, cold feeling, that spiky cold that you feel the tingle on your arms. I'm just gonna add a producer tag to this, and that's it. bass kicking in here. But yeah, that's all the beat. If you don't have any of those plugins, if you don't have any of those effects, VSTs, all of that can be basically replicated with stock plugins if you do enough research, if you get enough swag. If you notice what I've used, it's basically all these effects like reverb, reverse. You can learn how to do that. Ask ChatGPT, go out of your way and learn how to do this shit. Once you learn, you get so much more satisfaction out of doing it. You will get more enjoyment and will actually want to show up. So yeah, if you want to achieve something, if you want to make it in beat making, like this video and subscribe to my channel so YouTube algorithm promotes more of these type videos. I will be releasing these tutorials, if not daily, then once every 2 days, once every 3 days is the minimum, as once I will figure out the way how to edit them efficiently, how to make the thumbnails. As I will see the growth happening, I will be putting more and more of my thoughts in videos and helping new people. I'll be spending money to get new plugins and to show you new upcoming plugins, some source, all that stuff. You know how it is with the new YouTube people. So thank you very much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.